Hey everyone, it's time to get to know Total Level. So, the first thing you should know about me is my name is actually Joey, not Total Level. Some theories will say that the name is actually Total Level, but no, my real name is Joey. What? What else do you want to know about me? Hey everyone, how's it going? Total Level here, and today I want to talk about 10 games to get to know me. So this has been a trend that's been going on the last few days, and for me, I want to do a video version of this because there's just so much I want to talk about and certain games I want to share with you that you get to know my sort of gaming taste and everything, because as much as I love RPGs, specifically JRPGs, there's other games I love to play and everything, and picking 10, man, this was tough. There's a lot of big series missing from here, like the Trail series, Ys, Dragon Quest, Yakuza, like there's just so many missing. So if you want to see more, let me know in the comments down below, because I could do about 100 different videos of these, right, or even more. And also, if you enjoyed this video and all that, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to see more. So picking these 10, yes, it was very difficult, because originally I had pretty much all my favorite games, all my favorite kind of RPGs, but want to kind of share a few other games and genres that I do love playing. The only ones that aren't on here are like simulation games, which I do love playing those, so that might be in a different video at some point, because the movies is one of my favorite simulation games ever. And yeah, but even stuff like Chrono Trigger isn't on this list, one of my favorite games of all time. But just what I'm trying to establish here to get to know me and my gaming taste, there's ones of genres of like action games, platformers, things like that. So yeah, this should be a lot of fun. Very difficult to pick 10, but I somehow managed, and probably still waffling on these decisions, but I'll live with it. As without further ado, let's look. I really hope you enjoy this. And what better way to start off this list than with the very first game I've ever played on my gaming journey, Super Mario World. So yeah, this is a big one of the greatest platformers of all time, and the perfect game to start off with how you get to know me, because again, this was my start on the gaming journey, and this was my introduction to platformers and why I love this genre so much, because for Super Mario World you got so many diverse different types of levels. Of course, you got Yoshi, you got awesome power-ups throughout, you got all these secrets throughout every nook and cranny here, and it's just super fun. So definitely the first game to start off on this list to get to know me, Super Mario World, and just my love of platformers, because after RPGs and JRPGs, platformers are definitely my favorite genre after that. I love platformers. I know my mom's not going to be happy to hear that, because she's not a fan of jumping. I mean, I think she likes these games, but yeah, just the skill level's a little too high now for her these days. But yeah, it's just, platformers are just awesome to play, awesome games to just take a break from, also from those long RPGs, since they tend to be shorter, and I'm pretty decent at them, so they're a lot of fun to play. And let's move right on to my favorite game of all time, Persona 4 Golden. Absolutely love this, and this sets the standard for so many JRPGs for me. Not only that, but sets the standard for a lot of those anime tropes, which I know people are kind of mixed with a lot of them, and even for me, sometimes it's nice to take a break from those typical cliches of the teenager saving the world, the classroom setting, the power of friendship, things like that. But I still love those anime tropes. It's a big reason why I love anime in general, and watch a lot of them, because it is a lot of fun to play. And I find like Persona 4 does a fantastic job with utilizing a lot of those just cliches and those tropes together, because you have a wonderful cast of characters, and despite the dark setting where you're trying to catch a serial killer, it still has a ton of humor in it. And one of the biggest things as to why this is my favorite game of all time is it helped me get through a lot of dark times, because this game deals with a lot of mental health issues, a lot of this symbolism, and the whole idea of accepting a part of you that you don't want the world to see, and that's a very powerful message to me, right? So Persona 4 Golden, perfect game to get to know me, considering it's my favorite game of all time now. And now let's shift gears into an action-adventure title, linear style, with Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. What a fantastic game, and I love action-adventure games. I love both linear and open world. We'll get to my open world pick right after this, but Uncharted 2 is the standard that I look for these linear types of action-adventure games, or even semi-open ones like we got with Lost Legacy, because Uncharted 2 just has that perfect balance of amazing characters, amazing stories, the incredible choreography and action sequences throughout, along with really cool puzzles to figure out in the game. There's a good amount of humor in the Uncharted games too, but especially with Uncharted 2, and there's just so much to love about this and these characters, Nathan Drake and Sully, right? And yeah, of course you got Chloe now, and yeah, it's just it's an incredible experience, and just one that I think if you're looking for one of the most perfect action adventure games, Uncharted 2 is among them. And to get to know me more, let's go to the open world side with Red Dead Redemption 2 of action adventure games. Love this game so much, and it surprises me because, to be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of kind of that Western Wild West type of setting, but Red Dead Redemption 2 just does everything so perfectly for me, as getting to play as Arthur Morgan and kind of get this prequel to Red Dead Redemption, and knowing about Dutch's gang and everyone involved, and kind of how it eventually all fell apart, right? And that's such an incredible story, and well, it does have a slow start and very drawn out epilogue. It is an incredible world to explore with so much to do, so much to see, so much detail too. And I know this was another game in development hell, or was one of those games that unfortunately just was very stressful on the people who worked on it, right? But the final product here is just a lot of what I look for in a open world action adventure game, whether it be a Grand Theft Auto, or it be a Just Cause game, or Sleeping Dogs, right? There's just so much to love about Red Dead Redemption 2. Highly recommend if you never played this game or any of these Red Dead games. You might want to avoid Revolver, but yeah, Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2, fantastic games, and yeah, probably my favorite open world action adventure game. And let's keep the open world theme going with the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. So, looking at a Western RPG and this open world style, yes, Skyrim is on like every platform. It's been talked about a ton throughout the years, but it is probably my favorite out of all the open world RPGs out there for the Western style anyways, right? Where just, it's such a fun world to explore in, do whatever you want, create whatever character you want. Like, usually how I play is I like to have both a magic user and someone who's super sneaky and all that, because having your stealth skill up as high as possible just makes things, yes, a bit easy, but at the same time super fun when you can just sneak around anywhere you want. And yeah, there's just so many endless possibilities, and of course there's the mods community too, to add to that experience of just doing whatever you want and yeah, creating like Macho Man, Randy Savage enemies, and Thomas the Tank Engine and things like that if you want to get crazy with it. But there's just so much to love, and again, it's a standard I set for a lot of these Western RPG open world games, right, where just the idea of getting to do what you want, getting to go where you want and explore what you want. And yeah, I just love this game so much, play it all the time, and another great game to get to know me. And another great game to get to know me is Final Fantasy X, which anyone who's been following this channel will know this is my favorite Final Fantasy, one I talked about all the time, as I just love the characters, the story, the world of Spira. But the big thing that I love so much is the conditional turn-based combat system. It's just really well utilized in Final Fantasy X, and what I love about it is every character has a role to play. Yes, even Kimahri, might not use him that much, but there's certain times where he can be useful, and that's what I just love about it, is every character has a purpose here, where you have characters like Waka taking care of the flying enemies, Lulu taking care of the flanks, right? And it's just a lot of fun, a lot of great people to see in this world, and to try and stop sin once and for all, create the eternal calm, right? It's just wonderful, wonderful game, and yeah, again, my favorite Final Fantasy, and one that I definitely had to put on this list to really get to know me and my gaming tastes. And another game to get to know me, perfect game here, is The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Love this game so much, as yeah, I absolutely love Zelda games, and Ocarina of Time is still my favorite Zelda. This changed so much of what we expect for these adventure games and this open world setting, because no, like technically a lot of these older Zeldas, they're not actually open worlds, they are linear experiences, but the idea of just being able to explore wherever you want, right, where eventually you can just see things in the distance and you can go to them, it was mind-blowing back then, right? And while yes, Ocarina of Time definitely has its flaws and outdated moments now, it's still a fantastic game for me to play. The soundtrack is wonderful, still my favorite soundtrack in any Zelda game, and there's so much just imagination and world building, and I can't get enough of this game. Yes, it has the water temple. We won't ignore though the stress of the water temple, but man, I just love so much of how this game structure is, how you just progress through the game, and all the different secrets and twists and turns. It is wonderful experience. Love it so much. And another game to get to know me is Dynasty Warriors Origins. So if you know anything about me, you know how much I love Dynasty Warriors Musou type of games and experiences, whether they are Dynasty Warrior games or they're a spin-off of a different series or just their own little thing, right? As I picked Origins because I think this is the best Dynasty Warriors game to this day. Like, it was a phenomenal experience, and I love that they added a lot more RPG elements now to it, and all these really big social elements, and trying to pick your side, where it's just a ton of fun. And these Dynasty Warrior games, man, they're just incredible experiences, because who doesn't have any sort of satisfaction just cutting down thousands of enemies with one sword swing, right? It's just such a satisfying experience, and absolutely love it. Yeah, I can't get enough of this game and the whole Dynasty Warriors Musou type of experience. I love all these types of games, so definitely the perfect game and just perfect series genre for all of you to get to know me and what I love about video games. And next we have Zero Escape Virtue's Last Reward. So another one of, if you know me, you know how much I love visual novels, and I picked this Zero Escape game because this was the game that got me started on the whole visual novel genre, basically. Like, got me hooked on everything, because while Danganronpa definitely helped with that a lot later on, this was my start, was Virtue's Last Reward on the PlayStation Vita at the time, because it was a free PlayStation Plus game. And so, yeah, when I got my Vita, this was one of the first games I played on it, and man, I absolutely loved it, because it has this Saw type of setting where 9 people are captured to play a game called the Nonary game, and yeah, just the number 9 follows you everywhere you go in this series. And what a fantastic just trilogy of games, right, where I love escape room puzzles, which is another reason why I picked this, because yeah, if you want to get to know me, you'll know that I love escape rooms, locked rooms, that sort of stuff, whether it's video game form or in real life. I absolutely just can't get enough of these types of experiences. And then for visual novels, yeah, I love them so much, so definitely want to put Zero Escape Virtue's Last Reward on here, because this really shows how much you get to know me and how much I love just visual novels and escape rooms. And the final game to get to know me is Pokemon Heart Gold or Soul Silver, but had to put a Pokemon game on here, because if you know me, then yeah, you know my love for Pokemon and growing up with Pokemon. And I picked Heart Gold because to me this was the standard for Pokemon games. This was a fantastic remake. It was fun using the Pokewalker too, and just yeah, that's the standard for me of going to multiple different regions of Johto and Kanto later on, right? Which I know there's rumors that a new Pokemon game is supposed to allow you to go to like 3 different regions, which will be nice and a different change, right? And the pixel art style is fantastic, all the Pokemon are great, the pacing is a lot of fun, and yeah, this is my standard of just what I look for in an RPG and just a Pokemon game, right? Is the whole monster collecting genre, getting all these different Pokemon, utilizing them, evolving them, fantastic stuff. And yeah, Pokemon Heart Gold Soul Silver is just the pinnacle of Pokemon games for me. And so I really hope you enjoyed this list of 10 games to get to know me. As let me know your 10 games so that I can get to know you in the comments down below. All your favorite games, all your favorite gaming genres, everything like that. As like I said, this was very difficult, and if you want to see more, I'll be more than happy to do many different iterations of this topic, because yeah, there's so many games to talk about, like I said, that were left off, and yeah, it's pretty yeah, it was tough to pick 10, but I hope you got to know a little bit more about me and other genres and games that I'd like to play outside of those JRPGs, right? So, really hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. And I will see you next time, everyone. Thanks. Have a wonderful day. This is still so fun to do. Wait, you're still here? You want to know more about me? Well, if you do, be sure to follow me on X, Bluesky, Facebook. Follow me on Twitch, where I stream over there now. And if you want to see a few more videos from me, you can click somewhere here to see why I'm having fun with the gaming backlog, along with talking about why the PlayStation 2 is my favorite console ever. Thanks everyone, have a wonderful day as... yeah. I love this. This is the best purchase I've ever had.